everybody and welcome to another video. And today I want to show you this program where it helps you with your files and folders in the Mac and Linux systems. So what it does is basically, let's say you have a file like this or a folder, same thing, like untitled folder or this random name here, and they have an underscore. So this, if you do like this, let's say there's a space here and there's a space here, you can see that if we go to the terminal and we try to navigate to there, you're gonna see what happens. So let's see, Python cd files and then cd untitled folder, and cd, you can see it does not let you, it gives you an error. So you need to put an underscore there. So let's say I was like, I don't really feel like finding my folders with, they have spaces in them, so I decided to make a code about it. And same thing goes for the file here. So python 3 or /h, or no, it's cat actually, h as lol. See, so it gives you an error, but if you if you rename it to haslol or whatever, cat haslol message file directory. Oh wait, let's ls cat, where is it? Oh, haslol.rtf, and you can see that it gives you the file inside. So you in Windows, I know that they let you put a space, but in Mac and Linux they don't. So I'm just gonna put a space back in there like that, and let's run the code. So this is what the code does. It replaces the spaces with underscores. So let me just go through and run it right now. So python 3 change file names. Oh whoops, I have to go into my virtual environment. So /bin/activate. There you go. Now let's run that again. Python 3 change file names. Okay, now it gives you the file names it's going to change. So it goes, so you would like to change h as lol.rtf to h underscore as underscore lol to .rtf. You say yes, and it tells you it replaced it. And then it gives you another one, untitled folder to untitled underscore folder. You say yes, and then it gives you this, and you're like, no, this is an important script. It looks like I didn't make it, so I don't want to mess with that. So he tells it no, and then it continues. This one also, I didn't make it, so no. And then it tells you replace a total of 1 files in one directory. So let's go and see if this worked. So I'm gonna go back to my files, codes, Python files, and you can see that it replaced it with an underscore, and this one as well. So it works. This one, okay. So it worked. So let's go through the code now. So here I'm printing the OS library, which will allow us to rename the files, check the current working directory, and then here we have import sys, which is for system. And what I'm gonna do with that, it's just gonna exit the code for me. So at a certain time, I'm just gonna exit the code. So yeah. Now next, I'm gonna import these two libraries that I always use, which is for making colored outputs. And then here we initialize the variables. So the name will be the new name we're gonna assign to it. The number of files we're going to change, the number of directories we're going to change, and then we ask them for consent if yes or no. So here I go through every directory and file, and what this underscore does, it's basically this thing. What it does, it returns the path, the directories, and the files, but I don't need the path, so I just put an underscore, which means you don't need it. We're checking in every file, okay, for every file and files, if it contains a space, then we assign name to file.replace space with underscore. So we're assigning the name of we're assigning the new name, so the name with the underscore, to the variable name. And then we ask for consent, so would you like to replace file name to the new name? And then if they say yes, then you increment the count, and then you rename it, which is how you rename it with OS. So os.rename the file, the original name, and then the new name. And then you say replacing the old name to the new name in green. And we basically do the same thing for the directories here, as you can see. Yeah, by the way, if you would like to download the code, link in the description. Also, I commented it. If you don't want to hear me, just look at the comments that I put. So we basically do the same thing. So if it contains a space, replace it, ask for consent, and then increment the counts, and then rename and print. So here, if we didn't change anything, say did not replace anything in red, and then exit. This is how you exit the code. So when it runs this, it just exits the code. Nothing is run anymore. And so if the number of directories that we change is greater than 1, then we replace the total of files, and then so we print, because directories in the plural form is directories, but in the singular form is directories. So I didn't want to change it, so I just did it the safe way, I guess. So we print the total number of files and total number of directories in green, and then we exit. And then if it's 0 directories, or 1 directory actually, if it's 1 directory, so if it's 1 or 0 directories, it does this basically. So this is the code. If you want to download it, link in the GitHub. And yeah, so yeah, I just basically solved so basically newbies, they do or newcomers to Mac and Linux, they put spaces in their file names, and you can just run that to do it for you. And yeah, it works. So yeah, so subscribe, like, and share my videos if you like him. And I have a PayPal link in the description if you would like to support me. Also, I have other videos such as Python tutorials, Arduino tutorials, more tutorials to come about C#, C++, HTML, and CSS. And so stay tuned.